Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, March 8th. Thank you for joining us. It's 7:30 this Thursday morning. Rather cold outside, 25 degrees, but we're going to work to a Chamber of Commerce, 64 degrees today. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be mostly sunny. Thank you for joining us. Grab a cup of coffee. We have our coffee. We're here. We're ready to go. We've got news, weather, sports, and springtime around the corner, so we're going to be thinking about gardening. And we have a master gardener in the house to help us this morning. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Enid. It's time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us again today on this rather chilly morning, about 25 degrees as Steve said, but let's take a look at that bus stop forecast. Looks like the winds are going to be around 10 to 20 miles an hour out of the southeast side, so not as bad as it has been earlier this week, slowing down a little bit. It's going to get up to 64 degrees with the low of 40, so I think it's a pretty nice day today. Hopefully it gets even better this weekend. Maybe Sara can enlighten us on that.
I hope so too, Erin. I hope so too. Here's a 3-day weekend, so it does look like it's going to be really nice Friday. So if you guys want to do something, just do it on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, it looks like it's going to be a little bit cloudy. There's 30% chance of rain on Saturday, as you can see, and we'll definitely have some winds on Sunday. I think it's 20 to 30 miles per hour. But other than that, I'd say it's a pretty decent weekend. Pretty decent weather this weekend.
And March is typically, if you're new to the Enid area, March is typically a windy month. They used to say, in like a lion, out like a lamb. That's in reference to the wind and the weather. And the thing about March, the seasons are changing. Winter's trying to leave and spring's trying to come in, and that's what causes a lot of the spring storms. So that's what March is all about. So anyway, at 7:32, let's look at some of the statewide temps. In case that you have meetings across the state, you need to get in your car and go somewhere. If you go all the way down to Ada, home of the Cougars, 32 degrees. They're at freezing mark this morning. You look over in the northeast part of the state at 27, or neighbors to our east, Tonkawa's 27. So typical Oklahoma from 20s to 30s and warmer down the southeast part of the state. But that's what it looks like across the state. So looks pretty nice. Well, again, it's Thursday. It's a school day, which means the food involved. And we have the lunch menus, I think.
Yeah. Oh, tacos. I love tacos. Best day of the week. With lettuce and cheese, ranch-style beans, mixed fruit, and milk.
So we know you're going to school today, Erin?
Yes, I'm definitely going to school today.
Well, tomorrow we'll have the Plainsman Victory Burger, so it's not just any burger. Okay, so green beans, onion rings, applesauce, carrot cake. I love carrot cake. And milk. So I'd say both days are pretty good. So definitely a good week to be at school.
So your recommendation is for people to go to school? Is that what your recommendation is?
Yes, I definitely recommend school this week. We'll see about next week.
Yeah. It's a funny thing. Derrick and I were over at a basketball court at Don Haskins Park doing a little Facebook Live event a week or so ago. And I was just talking away, and of course it's live, so you got to pay attention to what you're doing, and Derrick's filming it. And little did we know, there was a guy that was on the basketball court behind us. And when we got through taping that, Derrick made the comment, goes, wasn't that guy supposed to be in school? You know, so it was kind of funny, but it was such a nice day. Maybe he decided not to go to school and he wanted to play basketball. Well, neither here nor there. We have no name, we have no picture of the guy, so he's safe. He's not in trouble. So anyway. It's 7:34. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us. Show number 160. We certainly appreciate you joining us for live television. And again, the show is broadcast live on local cable channel 12 and in high definition on 112, but it's live streamed around the globe at enidtv.org. So you want to tell everybody to do that. Well, it's time for the news, and there's only one place that we go to, and that's the bow tie guy, Derrick Silas, with the Oklahoma Minute.
Sir Roger Bannister, the first athlete to run a mile in under 4 minutes, has passed at the age of 88. And even though the Enid area has been getting much rain, there has been a few house and grass fires in the area with very windy conditions. And additionally, Enid and the surrounding areas have had two 4.2 earthquakes this week. In sports, the Big 12 tournament last night. OSU gets the victory over OU 71-60. And tonight, the Thunder will take on Phoenix in Oklahoma City at 7 p.m. Saturday, they will play San Antonio. Oklahoma fun fact, Oklahoma produces more gypsum than any other state. If you didn't know, gypsum is a mineral found in crystal or any sedimentary rock and is used mostly as a fertilizer. On this day in history in 1993, the MTV airs the first episode of the animated series Beavis and Butthead, which went on to become the network's highest rated series to that point. And that's the Oklahoma Minute.
Thank you very much, Derrick.
Boy, I feel better now knowing that. Wow. Never did. I wasn't a big fan of that show for some reason.
I don't think I liked it
Maybe
much
it was showing
either.
my age or something, you think? I don't know.
My dad watched it a lot, so I watched it as a kid.
Blame your dad, right?
Yeah.
Well, we just want to thank you for joining us this morning and also remind you that if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, any pictures you would like to share with us, please email them at gme@enid.org. We would love to share them here on the show. Also, for those of you that are planning great plans for this weekend, especially for that Friday that I said, we need to all go out. Here is Erin with what's happening.
Thanks, Sarah. Starting off Saturday, we have Jimmy's Journey Poker Run, which is starting at 11 a.m. at the Cycle Ward. That's when registration starts, and ends at the Q Spot at 6 p.m. If you don't know what a poker run is, it is a biking event, but you can also bring cars, any other kind of vehicle, and go around to 5 to 7 spots and pick up a playing card at each spot. And at the end, whoever has the best poker hand wins. So it's a pretty fun event. As Sarah said, it'll be a really nice weekend, so it's a great day to bring out your motorcycle if you have one, or any other kind of car, and drive around and fundraise for Jimmy Rivera, who is battling pancreatic cancer. Also on Saturday, we have Second Saturday Comedy Show, which is at the Boondocks Tavern at 6 p.m. The show starts at 8 p.m., but the doors open at 6. It's a $10 admission, and there is 2 comedians from St. Louis, Missouri, Nuff Said and Damon Detroit. And after the show, you can hang out with them, and it'll be a pretty fun time. They also have Mr. Metaphoria there as a guest judge. So if you're looking for something funny to do on Saturday night, this is a great place to go and see a great show and hang out with them afterwards. And then this week, we also have a lot of baseball going on. So if you're a big fan of baseball, we have teams coming from Iowa Falls, Mason City, Iowa, all over the place, and Tyler, Texas. So if you want to see any baseball games, head over to the David Allen Memorial Baseball Park. They're $7 tickets, $5 if you're a student, and military is free if you have your ID on you. But if you are planning on going to a lot of different games, there's an all-access pass for $100, which you can find more information about on the David Allen Memorial Baseball Park website. And that's what's happening.
Very good, Erin. Thank you very much. It's 7:38, and again, in reference to the baseball games, we have such a, one thing that I find out when I talk to people across the state, they may know very little about Enid, but they have been to the David Allen ballpark because of their son, playing in tournaments here and stuff like that. It's quite a jewel, crown jewel for the city of Enid, that's for sure. Well, again, high today is going to be around 64 degrees. The wind's not too bad, around 10 miles per hour. So that's golf course weather. Friday's, as Sarah said, going to be in the 70s, so it's going to be gorgeous. For our pilot friends out at Vance, our winds right now are out of the east-southeast, around 6 miles per hour, But as Erin said earlier, they're going to shift mainly more out of the southeast. It's a cold 25-degree start for this morning. Well, I say all that weather stuff because it all fits into what we're talking about with our Master Gardener this morning. So at 7:39, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to have our Master Gardener in the house on Good Morning Enid. Thanks for staying with us. Well, again, thanks for joining us. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:40 on this Thursday, March 8th. The calendar is moving, ready or not.
It sure
You know, it
is.
was January the other day, and here we are in March. Well, there's a workshop coming to the Enid area. Garfield County Master Gardeners workshop's coming up, and there's only one or two people that we've ever turned to for the last couple of years when it comes to Master Gardener, and that's George and Louise Milacek. So Louise is with us today. Good morning, Louise.
Morning,
Always
Steve.
good to see you. Thanks for helping us out here on the show today. We've changed the setup
We're
for you.
glad to be here, and
Oh,
thanks for letting me come and talk about this workshop.
You bet. Well, right off the bat, before Sara plays 20 questions with you, what have you guys been up to? I know you kind of semi-retired in the gardening business, whatever. You took care of Dillingham Gardens forever. So what are you and George
We
up
did
to? You
that.
just kind of
Well,
retiring some, slowing down, or?
well, I don't know. We're just
Focusing
doing
on
some
home
different
stuff.
things. Yes, we're doing more at home, and we have some other little gardening jobs that we're doing.
Okay.
But it's kind of a nice release to have
Sure.
David Skates has taken over the gardening at Dillingham Memorial Gardens, and he's going to do a fine job. And, you know, we did that and enjoyed it, but now we're moving on.
Okay, very good.
Good morning, Louise. Nice
Good morning,
to have you
Sarah.
here this morning in the show. For somebody that does not know anything about master gardeners or gardening at all, can you tell us a little bit about what is a master gardener all about?
Okay. Well, the Master Gardening Program, it's been going at least 20 years because I have been a member of it 18 years. And it's a program that is sponsored by Oklahoma State University. And it's a program that's set up for these people who want to be a master gardener to go out into the community and to help others with their problems, with their gardening problems. Maybe what insect is chewing on this leaf, or what plants do well in Oklahoma, what trees do you recommend, or shrubs do you recommend. It takes about 60 classroom hours, and we have a class at OSU Extension every 2 years. And I believe it's 60 hours of instruction, and then you become a master gardener. And it's, besides being with fellow gardeners, it's just a good experience. It's very enjoyable.
Good, good. So for someone that's interested in one day being a master gardener, are there any requirements to start this program, or?
All you have to do is enjoy gardening.
Very good.
And you mentioned the 60 hours
Yes, you
or
have
whatever.
to do 60
so that's
hours
a big part of it. but-
classroom, and then there is a test. Usually it's open book test, but what we learn how to do is go to the source that will tell us the problem. In other words, we know how to find the books that tell us, you know, what disease this plant has, or
As our viewers are watching this morning, they've heard of the Garfield County Master Gardeners, and it's just to let them know, Louise, that it's an organized group. I mean, you
is.
have president, and that's Jenny Gwinnett is your president this year, and
Yes.
it is an organized group. So how often do you meet, or what goes on with the Garfield County Master
Okay.
Gardeners, besides the workshops?
Our Garfield County Master Gardeners, they meet every month,
Okay.
and we have projects. We have what we call a demonstration garden at the OSU Extension office on Oxford, 316 East Oxford, and that is a demonstration garden that the community members can go out and they can look at trees and shrubs and say, oh, that is something I would like to have in my environment, in my home, my backyard. Or maybe, you know, that tree is maybe too large for what I can use. And it gives them an idea of, you know, it just teaches what they can use in their own landscape.
Our ETN team went to the OXU Extension office here recently to talk to Rick Nelson
Yes.
about what works in Oklahoma,
Yes,
trees and
good.
shrubs and stuff like that. So that's it's quite a setup out there, and you can certainly learn
It's
a
quite
lot.
nice.
So-
And we also, Diane Ford and Jenny and Mike Gwinnett, they have been instrumental in starting a children's garden. And that's coming along, so that's exciting.
Very, very exciting. So we've been hearing about this workshop that's going to take place. Can you tell us a little bit or everything about it? Do we have a theme, the dates, the cost?
Yes, we do. We have a workshop coming up, and that is April the 7th, and the theme is the glories of gardening. It starts at 8 o'clock, goes to noon, and the price is $35. We And it's going to be at Autry Technology.
Excuse me, Louise, for $35, what are folks going to get?
Okay, when they come, they're going to register, of course, and we're going to talk about how they go about doing that. But they're going to come, get their information folder, and that will tell a lot about what the speakers are going to be speaking on. And there's some goodies in there, just general information about gardening. What is a master gardening? What is a master gardener? And then they're going to be able to pick up food. We have some breakfast items. Tea, coffee.
I'm interested now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
All
then
right.
we're going to be having speakers. We're going to be having a boutique where the people who come, they can buy gardening items. There was going to be bird feeders. George is home right now.
He's probably sleeping, by the way.
Well, he probably is right now, but he has started over 200 tomato plants.
And
So
he's going to bring us some here at the studio, I'm sure.
He probably would, because
Okay.
I think there's going to be plenty to share.
Okay.
But we're going to be selling the tomato plants and other
Okay.
plants, and there's going to be door prizes, and everyone likes to get door prizes.
Sure, sure.
And
Well,
it's just
sounds
going to be a
quite
fun morning.
Sounds like quite a bit for $35.
Uh-huh.
You're such a great guest, Louise. You're leading us right into the next question. And I know you're excited about the two speakers
Yeah,
that are coming to
absolutely.
the workshop. And again, the workshop is going to be on
April 7th.
Saturday, April 7th.
Saturday
so
morning.
We'll have that. Oh, thank you, Penn, for putting that on the screen for us. Okay, the speakers.
Okay, yes, we have fantastic speakers. They're not just ordinary gardeners like we are. They're celebrities. We have Linda Vodder, and a lot of people who watch Channel 4, KFOR, with Linda Cavanaugh, they know Linda Vodder because she is the garden guru. She's a writer, she's a blogger, and she's a great designer. And so she's going to be speaking on small garden design and also components of an English garden. And then we have Casey Hinches. And if you watch OETA, she is on that on Saturday morning. She's the host of gardening, of the Oklahoma Gardening. And she is really well trained. She has her bachelor's from Oklahoma State, and she has her master's from the University of Delaware. And her topic is going to be year-round interest, year-round garden interest. And so they are really fun to listen to, and they're motivational and knowledgeable.
Louise, is there approximate times that they're going to speak?
Yes.
Let's just say somebody's already signed up to come to your workshop on April 7, and maybe they can't arrive till 10 that morning or something. They're not going to miss out on the speakers, are they? Or what would be an approximate time?
We have one speaker, I don't have that here, but we have a speaker at 9, 10, 11.
Okay, okay. That'll help people plan their morning.
Yes.
Very good.
I can see what you sound so excited about the speakers. You really did really good at illustrating each of their
thank you.
their strengths.
They are good. They are good.
good. I know you talked a lot about what we will see, what people will see at the event, but I also heard that there would be door prizes and some surprise gifts. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Well, I can't tell you the surprise gifts,
You can? Okay, all right.
but yes, there are going to be some parting gifts as they exit. That's going to be fun. There's going to be a surprise for them. And
You mentioned something about bird feeders, and ties in with Sarah's question. These bird feeders, are these something that are made by local residents?
They're
or
not.
Okay.
We got online and
Okay.
Have ordered some
I see.
from
All right.
Pesky Pet
Okay. All right.
from the company, and they're really nice. And so those will be available, and other plants and gardening aprons and just goodies. The gardeners, they may not need, but they may want.
I understand. It's 7:49. Thank you for joining us here on Good Morning Enid on this Thursday, March 8th. Holding steady at 25 degrees, but we're working our way up to a very pleasant 64 degrees. And later this afternoon, when it is 64, you're going to be thinking maybe more about gardens and tomato plants and things of this nature. Louise Milacek is our special guest and master gardener this morning on Good Morning Enid. The workshop's coming up, Louise, on April 7th. So let's talk the specifics, if you would, about how to register.
Okay.
And again, just remind folks where the event is at.
The event is at Autry Technology, and we would like for you to pre-register, if you would, and you can do that by going to the OSU Extension Center, and that is 316 East Oxford. And again, it's $35. And if you decide at the last minute that you want to come, you can do that also. And just come to Autry Tech at 8 o'clock, and we'll get you registered at that time. And I know you're going to have a great morning because we have great speakers and good food, and it'll just be a lot of fun and joy.
We'll have more with Louise in just a moment, but I do want to ask you real quick. This is not really just for master gardeners.
Oh,
if you have
no.
the slightest interest in gardening, this workshop on April 7th is for you as well, right?
That's great. And that's what some people think. No, it's for everybody. It's for everyone that
For
has
some
any
of us who can't
interest.
spell gardening, we can attend, right?
It's
Good,
absolutely.
That means I can be there.
Absolutely. It's just going to be a fun morning, and not at all for master gardeners. It's for everybody, for the community.
Okay. Well, stay with us. We have more
Okay.
with you in just a moment. It's 7:51. Thanks for joining us.
That's right. Thank you for joining us this morning. And just before we continue on with the show, we do want to bring back Derrick with the Oklahoma Minute.
Thank you. Sir Roger Bannister, the first athlete to run a mile in under 4 minutes, has passed at the age of 88. And even though we've been getting rain in the Enid area for the last few days, there has been many grass fires in very windy conditions, and we have also had a 4.2 earthquake. Last night, Big 12 tournament, OSU gets a win over OU 71-60. And tonight, Thunder will take on Phoenix at 7 p.m. It will air on Fox Sports. Here's a fun fact. Oklahoma produces more gypsum than any other state. And on this day in history, in 1993, MTV's airs the first episode of the animated series Beavis and Butthead. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Now here's Kevin for more events, upcoming events at the Central National Bank Center.
Welcome inside the Central National Bank Center. I'm the General Manager, Kevin Brisky. Sitting at my office, you can see from where I sit, every day I get a front row seat to all the progress and action going on here in downtown Enid. The hotel progress as construction underway behind us. As you can see, the vehicles moving. Best Western Glow. It has started, and we are really excited about that here at the Central National Bank Center as we continue to book and welcome conventions and conferences to town. Going to be great to have a hotel right next door to us and seeing the progress daily behind us. It's still a little bit of ways, but until then, got a lot of events going on here at the Central National Bank Center. It all starts this weekend on Saturday with the Enid Roller Girls taking on the Stone Cold Foxes of Junction City. If you haven't seen a roller derby bout, check it out. It's very affordable and something completely different to do with the family. Then on March 22nd, we have a National Christian group, Casting Crowns, bringing their very next thing tour to the Central National Bank Center with special guest I Am They. It's going to be a great show. Tickets start at $28, and if you have a group of 10 or more, they're only $23. So check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun and a great night of music. Then in April, we have the Land Run Beer Fest coming back for its third year. That's going to be on April 21st. And then on May 18th, Ron White, comedian from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, coming to the Central National Bank Center to entertain. This is one we've been working on for a while. Everything finally worked out. We're excited to have him here, and that's again on May 18th. Tickets for that start at only $40, so again, very affordable and a busy 3 months coming up here at the Central National Bank Center with more to come in the near future. Tickets, cnbcenter.com, 855-TIX-ENID, or just stop down and visit us. Second floor convention hall here at the Central National Bank Center, and you can get your tickets in person. Until next time, we'll send it back into the studios with you, Steve.
Very good, Kevin. Kevin does a great job for us and just does a great job at the CNB Center with all these great events. You don't really have to travel to Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Wichita anymore. Just go down the street, and there you are. A couple things to keep in mind here at 7:54 on this Thursday morning. Such a quick 30 minutes for us. It just goes so quick. Well, time to spring forward. So, Louise, how do you remind yourself to spring forward? You put notes everywhere at home, or do you, how does that work at your house? I'm in charge of the clocks at my house, so I'm always
And
doing
George at my house.
George
well, you
takes
know, a
it.
lot of things we have now just automatically turn.
Okay. Well, we're not there yet at our house. I'm the automatic turner, so we'll get to that technology. So anyway, we want to remind everybody to spring forward. And the landfill hours. Everybody wants to go to the landfill as we do our spring cleaning, clean things up, starting Monday, the 12th. As you see the new Monday through Friday hours and also the Saturday hours at the landfill. Keep that in mind. And you can go to our website, enid.org, to learn more about number of trips and things of this nature going to the landfill. And keep in mind that the yard waste pickup started this past Wednesday. Yard waste only in those green poly cards. Well, if you're with us at 8 o'clock this morning, Kevin was talking about the Enid Roller Girls. I had the opportunity to sit down and visit with 3 members of that team, and that interview will come up. Thank you, Penn, for putting that up there. And we talked Enid Roller Girls at 8 o'clock this morning, so we appreciate that. Probably ought to move to the pet because the clock is running on us. So at 7:56, let's learn from Charlet and see what pet that we have that needs to be adopted.
Hi, good morning. Today we have a whole litter of puppies. These guys are all in Penn 19, and they'll be available today. We've got 3 boys and 1 girl, and they're about 2 to 3 months old, and they're looking for a family of their own. And it sure is puppy season here at the shelter. We've got these guys, and we have about 6 other puppies going to be available soon. So if you're looking for a new best friend, stop by the shelter and see what we have.
Thank you, Charlotte. She does such a great job for us. You got one more question for Louise?
Yes, I do. Louise, I just want to make sure that everybody out there understands this is an event that we can, last minute, if you decide that you want to be able to attend this event, we can't. And also it is open to everybody, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, very good.
Absolutely.
So just remember, if you don't have anything going on Saturday, it's not too late. You wake up Saturday morning and want to go to this event.
And we're about a month away because it is April 7th, and we may be able to put that information on the screen before we close out here this morning. And it's going to be at Autry Tech. And again, just tell us some of the details, Louise, the cost.
Okay.
And there's goodies and there's food.
Okay. It is Saturday morning, April the 7th, and it's from 8 to noon.
Okay.
The cost is $35. The theme is the glory of gardening, and 2 really, really good speakers, Linda Botter, Casey Hinches, and what did I leave out?
It's $35. There's food involved.
Yes,
and there's other
boutique.
things as in bird feeders.
Yes, things to buy, food to eat, a
And I
good
think
time to
and the key
have.
point that you've reminded us, and Sarah just asked you, it is really open for everybody in the community.
It
I mean, you'll have master gardeners there, but if
If you
you're
have
just
any
interested-
interest in gardening at all,
And
you will enjoy it and learn. You'll learn new
Sure.
things.
And I think when we spring forward this weekend, stays light a little bit longer. Everybody wants to stay out in their yard a little bit and say, well, you know, maybe we need to plant this, we need to plant that. But at least master gardeners, according to the visit I had with Rick Nelson, we sure learned a lot about what works in Oklahoma.
And that's important because you don't want to waste your money. You want to buy things that are going to be able to survive our harsh climate because you know the winds do blow and it gets hot, really hot. So we need appropriate plants.
Louise, we got to go. Thanks for being
Okay.
here. We appreciate you and appreciate what
Okay.
you do to keep our city pretty.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you for joining us. Make it a great day, everyone.